you studying and working on a part-time basis, right? Just 20 hours a week. So there is a question that people are always asking. Oh, do you think I can pay my school fee while working in Malta? But in your own opinion, I mean, you just moved. You had a very good job in Nigeria. You are here and all. Would you advise someone who earns 400k to move? Hi everyone, welcome to my space. So today, I'm sure as you can see from the title and from the thumbnail, we have a very special guest here with me. He's a student. He's been in Malta for, oh my god, I don't know, but well, we'll see. 5 months, I think. Okay, so meet my guest today, Adeniro. Is it Oshi for welcome?
Yeah, hello. Good afternoon. It's an honor to be here.
Funny enough, I know that yes, we attend the same church. So by the way, today is Sunday. We just returned from church, and imagine he decided to come to this video with me. How nice, right? I mean, we go to the same church, but apparently we actually met via YouTube initially.
Yes.
Like it was YouTube who kind of contacted. I mean, I think we reached out and all of that. But when did you arrive in Malta?
Precisely March 4th of March.
Oh, I think it was April, so 4 months actually, about 4 or 5 months. Anyway,
4 or 5 months.
So well, I mean, you've been here for long enough at least to know that. Okay, let me see. Am I running back to Nigeria, or am I staying, or So basically, he's going to be he's a student. He's here to study in Malta. He's at American University of Malta, right? And I mean, he's been studying for 4 months now, I believe. What was the motive behind moving in the first place? So by the way, he will be doing most of the talking. I'm sure you are tired of seeing my face. So he'll be doing most of the talking. Okay, I'll just be asking him a lot of questions that you guys even used to ask me. So I mean, there's nothing like hearing it from the horse's mouth. Okay, what was the motive? Okay. Was it the jackpot, or actually want to study, or
So basically, I wanted to move because of two major reasons, and one of it was because I was uncertain of where the future was leading me to in my career in Nigeria. And also I really wanted career progression, because when you think of it, you work for 5 years and you're not sure if you're going up the ladder very soon. I think I reached a point in my career when I had to ask myself, would I make more, or would I earn more from this if I continue at this for the next 5 years? But I discovered I was on that plateau, and I needed to change the environment to at least boost my career and also boost my prospects in the pharmaceutical industry. And that was the major reason why I had to move.
Okay, so by the way, your career is pharmaceutical or is pharmacology? Sometimes I get very confused.
Yes, so I studied pharmacology.
Pharmacology,
Yeah, I had my BS in pharmacology.
Okay.
It's very similar to pharmacy, but they are two different things.
Okay.
And apparently, I continued with my MBA in Nigeria then.
Oh, so you're actually doing your MBA in Nigeria?
Yes, I was having my MBA
Are you serious?
before I decided to.
Oh wow, really? I didn't know you already started your MBA there.
It was after 8 months strike. So
oh my god, how many months strike? 8 months,
8
imagine.
months strike. So
okay.
I decided not to continue with it, and again, so
let's rewind a bit. You moved in March.
Yeah.
When did you start your classes?
My class actually started in January, so I resumed very late.
So
I resumed a little bit late because the visa came in a little bit late.
I see. So when did you start this whole visa? In fact, this entire process, when did you start?
Okay, so let me take you back the whole picture. So I didn't just choose Malta initially.
Okay.
I chose Germany. Germany was the country of choice for me. And
why though?
Well, I just love anything German.
No wonder you're eyeing that card. You're like, okay.
So I love anything German. I'm not a fan of other Western countries like the US, Canada, and so on. So I felt Germany was the choice for me, and I've been applying for admissions to I think Oshul Fresenius is the name of the school.
Okay.
And I gained admission like twice, but the process, the stress of it, and last year when I finally decided to let me go to Germany, I enrolled for the course, so they gave me my tuition, and I was about to pay, and I was looking for how to contact the embassy, get to the embassy to, begin the visa process. And that was when I heard that it was going to be a 1-year waiting period for the German embassy.
Wow, are you serious?
Yes. So I was like, 1 year. I don't have that time.
1 year is too long.
1 year is too long. So
exactly.
I started researching about alternatives to, Germany, apparently, because that's not my home country, so I should definitely be flexible to options. And so I came across this video online, Waka Waka, Kotsi Waka Waka Doctor,
Waka
and
Waka, okay.
Nosparadise.
Yes, Nosparadise.
So I saw Malta there, and I was like, okay, so if Germany would give me a 1 year waiting period before even getting an appointment, because I actually booked an appointment with them, and they sent a mail which I had to cancel while I was coming to Malta. So it was like 6 months in, no response.
Wow.
So I was like, I don't think I can wait for this. US, as I then also, was 2 years waiting period. So I was like,
wow, really? I didn't know they had this long waiting
yes,
period.
basically it's just for we third country nationals, majorly Nigerians and Ghanaians,
right,
and so I felt, what's the restriction all about? So I saw that video, and I decided to check into what's happening. I just wanted to try my luck.
And this was last year?
Yeah, I think this was last year, September.
September. Okay.
I think August, September, yeah. August, September. So I wanted to try my luck, and I researched about the universities they spoke about, and I was like, okay. Then I sent my admission. The inspiring part for me was that when I sent my details for admission to AUM, the next day they gave me admission.
They're very fast. Admission.
Yes,
are you serious?
The next day they gave me my admission, and I was like, wow, this guy is mean business. So let me just go further with it. And,
wow.
I was like, okay.
So you started this August, September last year.
August, September last year.
And then you moved in March.
I moved
not
in
so
March.
long though.
Just like 6 months.
Wow,
yeah.
nice, nice. Okay, so now you've been here for almost 5 months now. Will you say you're settled in, or you're still settling?
So basically, there is nothing much about settling in Malta, because once you do the right thing, once you plan yourself, you fit into the environment almost instantaneously. So, but the downside to settling in Malta, or the difficult part, might be getting your residence permit, and that would help you get a good job.
Do you have your residence permit now?
Okay, so I have my blue paper right now, so I'm waiting for
but
the
you've done the
permit.
capturing.
I've done the capturing and so on. So I have my
when you came in, was it immediately you applied for the residence permit?
Okay, so I tried applying for the residence permit almost immediately, but it took like a month, because before I got some documents from the school, and before applying directly to Identity Malta, so the process took like a month after I settled in. So I think that was responsible for the
and all.
So I did the capturing about 19 days ago, and they gave me the blue paper immediately and asked me to wait for about 3 weeks.
So with the blue paper, can you work?
Yes. Okay. I can work.
So I know that you have a job. Let's not pretend. I said, do you work now? So it works. And funny enough, you actually works in the pharmaceutical, that same field, that same industry, right? Yeah. So, and you work just how many hours a week?
So apparently I run on shifts, because where I work with. Sorry, I won't be saying details about.
Of course, no, not so much details.
So apparently, for now, I think I still do about 27 hours per week.
Is that legal though? Like, is it? But you're on holidays now.
I'm on summer holidays, so but I do 18 to 27 hours, depending on
shift and stuff.
Shift.
And I'm sure eventually it even kind of balances out. And
exactly.
Well, obviously, it's just part time. Basically, you can't compare part time to full time and all, right? So for you, I know that I'm aware. I know you kind of searched a bit for a job. Yes. I know, maybe I don't know. So was it as a result of the fact that you were looking for a specific? I mean, to work in a specific field or industry, or it was actually really difficult for you to get a job?
Okay, so it's a two-way thing. One thing I discovered in Malta is that just like the system in Nigeria, you need someone to recommend you for any job you're taking up regardless.
Really? Even in Malta?
Yes, even in Malta.
Serious?
So you can't just come as a third country national and take up a job outrightly. Yes, you might get lucky, but recommendations show you way ahead. And have instances of people that would put in word. You don't have to go there in person, but someone that will just put in a word for you.
Do you know this is actually news to me? See, that's why it's always good to hear from other people's angle, because like me, my own kid don't recommend them. I also have a case. So I mean, so you need the recommendation goes a long way.
Recommendation goes a long way in Malta, and that's one thing I've discovered. And even most of my colleagues would say, those I met in school, perhaps the school, gave a word in for them, and they were taking no stress about the interview. Even for me, the job I got, it was my recommendation of a pharmacist.
Oh, wow.
And they threw it on their group. Even my wife, the same thing.
And you guys came in together, and I think that was really strategic. Like,
yes.
Obviously, I mean, if you want to come, because most times, right, when students ask me, "Oh, can you come with your family?" I'm like, "No, you can't come with your family." I mean, you can't invite them, but they could come in via another route, depending on, you know. So she came in, I mean, to study as well. So
but not as a dependent. Yeah.
Yes, she came in on her own study visa. At the end of the day, do you really think it depends on your field, or because to be honest, most people who come here as students, they'll be like, oh, I mean, they're doing like menial. I don't want to degrade the jobs. I mean, there's dignity in labor, but they do like really small kind of jobs just to put body and soul together. So do you think the field and the experience you guys had really paved the way for you in this case?
No, I would say the field and the experience didn't really matter. I think it just has to do with the mindset. Because if we are talking about the field and the experience, my wife has a job, but I don't have that kind of opportunity.
Kind of job. Okay.
So it has to do with the mindset and the opportunity at that moment that you grab. So that's just it. It's not really about the experience. It's about what you put your mind into and what you're looking for. So for me as a person, I didn't want to go that route anymore because we had this conversation. I had this conversation that I don't want to continue that job because I needed something really stable. Both husband and wife cannot be in that
same field. That's true. You were thinking of IT at some point.
Yes, so I was thinking of switching in between careers, and you know, so perhaps that could be my own reason of delay. But nevertheless, it's still a good thing that my wife has it. It's a win situation for me, and so.
Exactly. Nice.
That's it.
Okay, so obviously you've been working now for maybe 1 month or not up to, right? And in terms of, obviously, we know that the cost of living in Malta, by the way, I need to do an updated version of the cost of living because it choke. You know, so the cost of living in Malta is high, you know, it keeps increasing. I don't know, maybe because it's summer, I don't know, but it's really high, not even just in Malta, everywhere in the world, right? And then based on, how will I put it now, you studying and, you know, working on a part-time basis, right, just 20 hours a week. So there is a question that people are always asking, oh, do you think I can pay my school fee while working in Malta, right? And obviously I'm not studying here, right? Most times I just say, see, I do not think you can find that job that would help you pay your school fee, you know. So it's good to kind of have that and sorted out in a way, or have plans in a way so that you will not come here and think that you get. So I don't know, what do you think? Do you think it's actually possible for you to work on a part-time basis and pay your school fee? Or let's say, because most times before you come to Malta, you need to have paid some sort of deposit. So do you think it's possible to pay up the balance of your school fee in Malta with a job?
Yes, so it's possible, very possible.
Oh, really?
But you have to be very strategic about it. And in all honesty, it boils down to you planning your finance. I'm someone that I sit by the books every time I want to do anything. So you wouldn't just come here and earn 700 and live a lavish lifestyle and feel, oh, you'll be able to make up for it. And number two is that you find a way to explore the system. I won't like to say exploit this time around. Exploring the system means that most of the schools here, they run for 3.5 semesters, 4.5 semesters before they...
That's a master's program, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So before the semester is over, and you have a choice. They have 3 semesters in a year, and you should take 2 compulsorily. So you can decide to take the summer semester and take the normal winter or spring semester. So if you're doing that, you should know that time you're not taking any semester, you should be able to save up. Okay. That's the first thing. Okay. So, for example, let's do a quick math. 700 in 12 places. 700 times 10 is 7,000. And you're earning extra 1,400. That's like 8,400 at the end of the year. And let's say if you're sharing an apartment with someone, you pay, let's say, 250. You definitely can survive.
Can you get an apartment for 250 shared?
Yes, several people do it. It's rampant here. You get shared apartment for 250. Worst case scenario, 300. But you know, the lesser it goes, the better for you. Exactly. I'm not encouraging that, and I'm not saying that when you come here, you should come and rely on the 700 job. You try to always upgrade yourself as time comes, as time flies by, because you definitely get this opportunity. I have friends that work in restaurants, but they earn as much as 1.3.
Are you serious? Part-time or what?
Yes, part-time. I have bartenders.
Wow.
I have bartenders. Would I call it part-time? But for this summer.
Yeah, this period.
For this period.
So it kind of,
so it varies.
Nice.
And you should be able to save with that. And most schools here, the average tuition per year is like 10,000 per year. And we drives it to, let's say, 3,500 per semester, actually.
And you know they would have paid some...
Yes, you would have paid some deposit. So 3,500 per semester is the standard. So are you saying in 5-6 months, you won't be able to do at least 3,000? You should be able to do 3,000 and you know, negotiate with the school. So that's my perspective about it. It boils down to planning.
What access do you have to at the moment as a student?
Well, from the perspective of the government, I have access to free bus.
Okay,
Apparently,
transport.
everybody does that. I have
That's if
access
it
to it.
works. Oh God.
Yeah,
Okay.
it does work. Yeah, trust me, it
But do you
does
go on the
work.
bus very often?
Yeah, I do. I'm still a student. Yes,
So
I do.
your the bus card, is it the same with the ones we have, or
Yeah,
you have students?
it's a red card.
Oh, yours is red.
It's a
Oh,
red
okay.
student card, indicated student card.
Okay.
Then
Mine is
again,
green.
I didn't pay so much for the bus card. I paid only like 2.75 euros, while
Are you
adults
serious?
paid, yeah.
18 or something.
Yeah,
Even
paid
children
18,
say you have to
exactly.
pay as much as 18
So as a
euros.
student, I only paid the
Nice.
stipend. Then for what's the name for the hospital, yeah, going accessing healthcare is almost free, almost free for.
Did you pay any fee?
No, I didn't pay any fee. But why I said
Why
almost,
almost?
almost free is like, okay, for gynae appointments, you would have to pay
Okay.
to see a specialist. For some other appointments, you would have to pay to see a specialist. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
So it's just kind of consultation and the rest that
Yes,
is free.
exactly. Consultation, writing them the prescription. But if you have to see a specialist here in Malta, you have to pay for it, and it's nothing too big. It's just like, let's say 15-20 euros, I think.
To see a specialist.
Yes,
That's
depends.
thank you. Because I mean, for us that we that live here, we don't pay anything at all. So why is it that for students? Is it first of all you paid insurance, right?
Yes, I did. I paid
To
insurance.
secure, like how much did you pay for the insurance?
Okay, so my wife and I paid like 275 euros for insurance, joint
1 year?
insurance,
1
for
year?
1 year. Yeah,
Wow.
275
Ah,
euros
that's
for joint insurance.
plenty. Because we don't. Okay, now that you work, do you pay? Do you like have social security or something?
No, so it's until my residence permit is out, residence
Okay,
card is out, that's when I can.
Because
go
if you
and-
have that, I don't think you should.
No, you
still
wouldn't.
Exactly.
You wouldn't.
What do you think about living in Malta generally?
Okay, so to me,
Would you rather like, oh my God, go back, or oh my God, Germany is still? I mean, let me just run and walk out Germany now. I mean, even in the Schengen area, or what do you think, basically?
okay, so my thoughts about Malta is that this place is still the safest one, regardless. I love my country so much, and people would spite me for it, saying you love your country, but you
Well, yeah.
the truth is, Malta's environment is similar to the Nigerian environment, and what I mean by that is that if you work hard in Nigeria, you definitely make it. It's the same thing for Malta here, regardless of the bureaucracy. The weather is almost similar. Yes, it's almost similar to that of Nigeria, and the minimum wage is way higher than Nigeria. You have more benefits than staying in Nigeria, and the taxes are not as high as other European countries. So when you think about the benefit outweighs you just going around. And mind you, what's the essence of we coming for a greener pasture? It's just to live a comfortable life. So if I can live a comfortable life here, why do I need to go around to Germany? Why do I need to go around to Canada? I have people telling me stories of those places, and
As well, yeah.
good, bad, regardless. You have to weigh
Regardless
your
of
options.
where.
So me weighing my options right now, in the next 2-3 years, even 5 years, I think I'm way comfortable staying in Malta than going anywhere else.
So there was a particular comment someone made on one of my channel videos. The person asked a question, and I remember when I asked you yesterday, like, "Are you for real?" So the person said, would it make sense to leave for him? Would I advise him to leave his 400,000 naira salary in Nigeria to come move to Malta as a student, bearing in mind that obviously you're not coming to work like a full-time very well-paying job, right? You're coming as a student. So would you advise? Obviously the truth of the matter is that you cannot say, oh no, you don't go, everybody with their own and what really what they are looking out for, right? But in your own opinion, you just moved, you had a very good job in Nigeria, you're here and all, would you advise someone who earns 400k
So I would answer that question from that person's perspective. It depends on what you want to do for yourself in life. For me, my own case was so unique that I was earning as much as 500,000 in Nigeria, like 3 cars at my disposal.
Imagine.
I had official cars and so on.
Big boy, hey, Lagos big boy.
It's not only Lagos big boy, but honestly, in Nigeria, despite the fact that I was earning as much as that, I couldn't save 100,000 naira monthly. Not because of anything, but because the bills kept coming in. But here that I am, I can comfortably say that, I can work and perhaps save that 100,000 naira and do my responsibilities back home.
Even as a student, by the way.
So if it's about you saving, yes, I would advise you, why not try explore other alternatives. When you check the minimum wage of this place to Nigeria, you can compare it.
The minimum wage is what, 8.35 or something like that.
Like 8.55 right now. Or even if you are getting,
so that's how much in naira minimum wage?
It's close to 900k now.
Yeah.
It's close to 900k.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah, because the
true.
rate as of yesterday was 942.
Oh my God.
942. So when you think of it,
and this is from the finance perspective, right?
Yes,
in terms of salary and all.
Yeah.
So what about, okay, yeah.
So would you think it's worth it to, live a 400k life? Meanwhile, you cannot afford the basics. You don't have access to basic electricity. You don't have access to healthcare. You have to pay for healthcare. In fact, I still spoke to my dad and wanted to buy a medication, Augmentin to be precise. And it's now the one they were saying. He sent me a voice note and said Augmentin is now 16,000. And imagine this thing was 3,800 when I used to.
Nigeria, which way?
When I used to be in Nigeria, 3,008, 4,000, I think. Yeah. I buy from my reference and so you ask yourself those questions. For me, it's about the future for my children, not the immediate benefit for me, because that 400k would not amount to anything.
That's it. Children, like
it's what do I want to give my kids? What would they benefit from me leaving the country and or me staying in the country? Imagine you having to save 10 million naira, which is stipend in Nigeria. 10 million naira, if you are saving 100k, it means that you will have to save for 8 years, 4 months before you can save 10 million naira. Now, after the 8 years and 4 months, will they ask you whatever project you want to do, if it's a car or a house that you want to buy with it, will you still be able to buy it or afford it? So, those are questions on why you should move or why you shouldn't move. What is in it for me? What do I want to benefit? So, for me, from my own perspective, if I can do my duties to my parents, to my siblings, to my loved ones at home, and I can still live a comfortable life without complaining or with little complaint, I think it's worth moving.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, you need to really weigh your options, because eventually, this is you talking now as a student still. Definitely. So you can imagine when you are done studying and you have like a full-time good job, why not, Exactly. So at the end of the day, it all depends on you and what you want. Like for me personally, like family, the fact that I think that, children's education is free. Do you know, you heard about the school fee increase?
The school fee, some of my junior brothers are in the federal government college, FSTC Jebushi to be precise, and I know how much I'm paying. We are paying, and now that they've increased it, yes, we would have to
imagine. So
imagine I was back home, I would complain to you.
That's the thing. So I mean, school fee is free, healthcare, basic life. I'm like, see the things that I don't know how I'll put it. Like there are some things that sometimes I can't imagine. For example, struggling with like even the security. Power. Although we have some power cuts, summer period here, but. You see, yesterday we were even still talking about the fact that you have power for some hours and all, and we've forgotten. We don't know how it feels anymore, So at the end of the day, all these basic things that you do not have to think of, I mean, that part's kind of taken away from you, and then you're not thinking about, what you want to do for yourself and how you want to progress in life. Anyways, so I mean, you've heard it from Adeniro. He's a student. He just moved here. And I mean, it's good. I mean, it's nice to kind of hear from his own perspective, and also the choice is yours to make. If you want to come study in Malta, that'll be all for now. I don't know. Do you want to do I don't know how to say disclose all these things, because see, anyway, we are working on some. Let's not talk about that yet. I mean, our stuff that we want to do eventually, but just in case you want to reach him. Please, not to stress his life, because I mean, just in case you want some sort of advice, you should start going into consultancy now. See, I'll
consider that.
Yeah, so just in case you want to reach him, maybe I will drop we'll talk about that, and I will drop your handle on the screen, okay? Please don't bug his life, I beg you. His wife will kill. See, I borrowed it for a couple of minutes, so please. All right, thank you so much, Adeniro. It was really nice. Apparently, aside my husband, you're the first guest. And when you came then, like, which I can't remember, I think we chatted about accommodation or a couple of things then, and when you're trying to settle in, and I don't know, people are different and all, but there was something you said then that really, really kind of touched me. I mean, you're like, just in case, and then I was just kind of let's say testing the waters in terms of this soul student thing, and there was something you said, you were like, oh, just in case I need any help, that you are willing to help and all that. And that really touched me, because I mean, then we've not met at all.
Definitely,
you know, so it was really, really nice. Thank you so much. Thank you. Your family has been, in fact, their family now, that's just the truth, you know. We are, by the way, let's advertise our church. Even if you're in Malta and you're looking for a family to settle in with,
Lighthouse
Assembly.
Lighthouse Assembly is the go-to church. Yes. It's the go-to family.
Yeah. All right then. See you in my next video.